this one. So that's a 10-game winning streak that you've broken against the Perth Lynx as a club. And not only that, it's the first time the Lightning have beaten the Perth Lynx since 2020 on this floor.
Right.
That must make you feel really good.
It was due to happen then, wasn't it? It's look, I think, a game last week against Bendigo, I think we made significant inroads in the way we played compared to previously, and it's been good this week just to get back at home and have a full week on the training track, and obviously we put a lot of time into the scout of Perth and Matty Clark and Georgia do an outstanding job of that from week to week, and I felt confident that we could come in and play well. Now, I don't know if I thought we were going to win by that amount, but it's nice to have turned the corner, from where we were, and I think that did start last week.
And it did seem to start against Bendigo. Many of us were watching that game and seeing the effort was there, and the attention to detail at the defensive end was very, very close to, really close to the mark for what you're looking for as a club. So certainly the last two games, Scott, the Lightning seem to have turned it around defensively particularly. Yeah,
and I think when you go into play a team like Bendigo and Perth tonight, who obviously have had a great season, that game last week, we'd shot the ball fairly poorly, but we were right there at the end of the game against the best team in the competition on their floor. So no one's happy with the loss, obviously, but I think that was a bit of a turn in the corner for us and set up the performance tonight.
The fast start getting out to that 18-point lead, really driven by Caprice Dean at the offensive end aggressively as well, by the looks of things. Was there a little bit more in Dean's game this afternoon to try and push the ball a little bit more?
Oh, absolutely. We talk about, I've tried to promote running since we've got here. I think the other thing we've probably done better the last couple of weeks is because of the quality of the opponent with both Bendigo and Perth, we haven't just wanted to get into a track meet with them because they're so talented, so good, and Perth want to play quick. So as I said before the game, I didn't want it to be a up and back and 100 to 95 game, because if it's 100 to 95, we're probably on the wrong end of that. But I think we've done a much better job, certainly last week and again tonight, of controlling the tempo, of running when we've had the opportunity, but then executing in the half court. So, that's been really pleasing.
And Steph, that's a great way to celebrate your 200th game. I know you played your 200th game about 2 games ago, but it's really nice for the crowd to turn out, and especially for your old junior club to be here at Forestville as well. That must have been really special for you this afternoon.
Yeah, I think I was just focusing on this one game in particular, and it's nice to come away with a win. It's been a few games since we've had a win, so we played a lot better last week, and then this week to be able to get over the line was very enjoyable.
You look like you were feeling good out there because you had your 9 rebounds and 3 assists and 21 points, but there was such a spread across the scoring, and you look at Brown and Turner's numbers of 9, 15 and 8 and nearly closing in on a triple-double. That must be the kind of numbers you must be pleased to see as a skipper.
Yeah, Breezy's incredible, her defensive efforts and her ability to grab rebounds, and I think that's our strength that we probably haven't quite figured out earlier in the season, that we have maybe 6 or 7 players any given night that can score in double digits, so spread scoring really helps, makes it hard for other teams to guard us.
I know we talked a little bit just pre-game about your career and your 200 games, and for someone who's coming out of the Catherine Northern Territory, you've had an incredible career and some time in Europe as well as that. I wanted to touch on that European time at Gorzo Polski, if I said it correctly.
No, but that's okay.
With the Col Seacamp and that, what kind of, those 2 years over in Europe for you, in terms of your return to the WNBL when you came back to play for Melbourne Boomers in 2018, like what did that sort of give you in terms of your career?
I think, learning a different style of basketball, going out of your comfort zone always in some way makes you a better player, but I think Growing up, I was always a defensive specialist, a great passer, and sometimes offensively I was kind of the player that would get stuck in the corner because I was matching up the best person at the other end. And I think going overseas made me develop my offensive game, made me become more of a scoring threat, made me have to be that guy a little bit more. Probably was the biggest thing.
And for that you were able to carry that on into so many silver and bronze medal performances in World Cups, and then also the bronze medal in Paris as well, your WNBA career, and I'm sure you're really excited as well about your Golden State Valkyries season coming up soon as well. Have you had a chance to chat to Coach Natalie Nicas as well?
Yeah, I just chatted to Natalie just a couple of weeks ago. She seems really cool. I'm actually really excited. Never been to San Francisco, so like you said, I've played in many places around the world, and it's another place that basketball's going to take me, and I'm excited for that challenge. New franchise, I'm sure there'll be many challenges, but I'm excited for it.
3 games to go here in the WNBL, and obviously opponent Townsville Fire on Wednesday night coming up, and then a game against the Southside Flyers, which looking like that February 9 is going to be a real moving day for that 4th position in the WNBL, and then of course Geelong to finish. What's pleasing you so far about the lead up to these 3 games after these 2 performances? I know you did lose the game to Bendigo, but the performance that got back to where more the Lightning wanted to play.
Yeah, I think when you're playing well, the best thing is to just keep playing, keep on rolling, and so that's good. We'll have a short turnaround, get into the next game, and just focus on one game at a time.
And for you, Scotty, the Townsville Fire obviously present a different challenge to Perth naturally, and they'll certainly be interested in having a look at trying to get into 2nd place on Wednesday night. You got your eye on them this weekend, and then obviously into the game on Wednesday?
Yeah, absolutely. To back up what Steph's saying, I think when you have it's good when you're playing well to get games quick, and that's certainly what's going to happen in these next couple of games. So that's exciting. It's a quick turnaround. There's some girls here that played some pretty big minutes, so we'll get the recovery in and then get back at it. But we can only control what we do. We're not sitting down and talking about mathematical chances and finals and that. We're just looking purely at Townsville as another challenge, and if we play with the same sort of intensity that we've done these last couple of games, we'll give ourselves an opportunity, and then we move on from there.
Congratulations on the win this afternoon.
Thank you.
Thanks, DP.